July the 25th, we are told by the experts more gin was sold than at any other time in modern times. Back in the day, 17th, 18th century, it was mother's room. There's that chilling series of prints by Hogarth of women, mainly women in that case, the worse for wear after sipping their gin, some of them being foolhardy enough to drink it for breakfast. Carol Malone's with us about to taste some gin for breakfast, Carol.
Do you know what? 10 minutes ago, the studio was just a sweaty old hole full of me, you and newspapers, and now it looks like a posh London restaurant. We've got food, we've got sturgeon caviar. What else have we got? We've got salmon, and we've got cheese. So many kinds of gin.
Because joining us in the studio, we have Ian Puddick from Old Bakery Gin, from the Ministry of Gin, in fact, and we're going to get their story in a moment. And also Adam Hobson, a regular on the show, blogger at So Wrong It's Long, with some delicious, tasty comestibles we might nibble with our different types of gin. Good morning, Adam.
Morning.
And you firstly, let's start with you. What is the story of the Old Bakery Gin? Because you're not a distiller or brewer by trade. No, you're a plumber, in fact.
I do. I always say a plumbing company or elite detection company. And the story in sort of 15 seconds is I bought a 150-year-old bakery in North London in Palmer's Green to use as my office for my plumbing or leak detection business. Got into a legal dispute, which is still ongoing, over ownership of this old chimney. And cut a very long story short, during the legal dispute, we found out that the bakers back in the day made and sold illegal gin. I tracked down the 7th generation great-grandson of the original bakers, got the original recipe. There's only 4 ingredients. For a bit of fun, bought a still off eBay for £200, like a Fisher Price, my first still. Played around with it, and I've created some award-winning gins. We're in Harrods, Fortnum & Masons, and some of the big shops now. And we've just been legal for 5 minutes.
So what kind of gins are you making? Because there are so many flavours now.
Well, this is just a traditional London dry gin.
Wow.
Most gins is 3 to 4 new gin brands coming out each week.
Wow.
The way that they differentiate themselves, they just keep putting more and more different botanicals. Say that you've got 37 ingredients, I've got 47, someone brings in 55 and all this kind of stuff. This is 4 ingredients. It doesn't get more simple.
Are you going to say, or is it a trade secret?
No comment. No comment. There seems to be a fault on the airwaves.
Okay, and we've got some food to go with them. Which one do you want us to try first? And then Adam can choose which of our foods you think might go best.
This is our signature serve. So if I can just pass these around. This is Old Bakery Gin, pink grapefruit, and some crushed basil. It's absolutely delicious.
We have to say how pretty this looks, because there is pink grapefruit and basil in it, is there not? So what are we eating with this? What do we go for?
Well, I have bought through a couple of different things, but I think you've gone for the grapefruit. So let's go with the samosa chaat that I've made. This one I handmade myself, guys. It's a traditional Indian starter. It's made with chickpeas and potatoes. And I think a lot of people think Indian food pairs really well with beer and obviously wine as well. But gin goes brilliantly with it. And obviously with gin having so many different sort of flavour profiles as well, it can be really versatile when you pair it with food. And I think the sort of traditional you've got quite citrusy, you've got grapefruit in there, and the quinine sort of from the tonic.
And it really cuts through the creaminess of the chaat.
Cuts through the creaminess.
It's really it's lovely and light on the tongue, and then you get that lovely gin, almost a kind of fizzy cocktail effect on the top.
Yeah, and the sort of citrus plays quite well with the coriander that we put on top as well, so it creates almost like a more of a drier effect to the gin.
I'd still prefer a tin of Stella with it, if I'm being honest, but still it goes lovely with the gin. If
it actually doesn't taste like alcohol, and that's what's quite dangerous. I'm a bit scared to drink anymore if I'm going to talk at all in the next time.
41.2%, so there is some bite there.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And let's go to the next one. What's the next offering you've got for us?
Next one. This is unusual. It's very popular. If I pass that over to you, it's fresh mint crushed with fresh strawberries, and it's not actually a tonic water. They call it a spirit enhancer, and you can see it's slightly pink. It's Merchant Heart, and it's made with hibiscus, and the hibiscus works really well with the strawberry mint. Please try it.
That's like a health drink.
Exactly.
It is. I'd want him at parties. People could only see how good this looks. The strawberries in it.
We're going to put this on our Facebook page later, or we'll tweet it, or whatever it is.
It looks fantastic. It looks amazing.
It's stunning glass, isn't it?
And what food should we have with this, Adam?
I think we should go with the pate from Fish Society. It is, pate is quintessentially, it's a lovely cocktail party food, but this is a really luxurious pate because it's made with Siberian sturgeon fish, and it's then been mixed with a bit of caviar, so it's really creamy and it melts in the mouth, and the gin just cuts through it. So if you have a bite of that,
and we're having that delicious, expensive food, £4.80 a tin with a plumber's old gin he's made in his bathtub. Is that right? It does work beautifully. Again, it's so light, lovely. And we're only doing this to make sure Carol Malone stays with us. And finally, for us here, what have you got from the Ministry of Gin?
Well, this is a real 70s drink. Which we've tried to.
It's not Malibu and blackcurrant, is
it?
No.
Funny you should say that. It's obviously Old Bakery Gin. with Merchant Heart lemon. Now, there's no artificial ingredients in that whatsoever. No
Because
colours,
usually,
flavours.
my nan used to drink gin and bitter lemon.
Yeah, well, that's
back
not
in the
bitter,
day.
but that's
No.
not bitter, is it?
Did you say Malibu there?
No.
Oh, God, he said Malibu.
Paul said
When he
Malibu.
said the 70s, when he said the 70s, I always thought the great seductive drink was Malibu and blackcurrant. We were
I
sophisticated
swear
back in
to
the day.
God, I can't do the rest of it. I'm going to have to go because you know what? I'm just looking at this as my mum would say. You can't waste this, really. You have to have it. You've got to drink it.
Well, we're off at 10 o'clock. Maybe you can neck it back then. And with this one, we've got some just smoked salmon. I think you brought in for us.
I think smoked salmon's going to go perfectly with this. I mean, like, lemon is just such a fantastic pairing. Seafood and citrus, and gin and tonics always complement each other. And the fat in the smoked salmon and the texture as well makes it quite a rich counterpart to the gin. And sprinkled with lemon on top of the salmon as well. So, yeah, just absolutely beautiful classic pairing. And it brings out the sweetness in the salmon when you have the lemon in it.
But people wouldn't think you would drink gin while you're eating. Everyone thinks of gin, don't they? There's a little drink you have before you
Yeah.
start eating.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not the case anymore?
I don't think there's any rules for anything anymore, is there,
Yeah.
Paul?
Well, if a plumber can buy a chimney, get it still off eBay and make gin, award-winning gin, obviously there isn't. How can people find out more about the ministry?
Oldbakerygin.com.
Thank you very much, Ian. Thanks again, once again, Anna Hobson there. Check out her blog, So Wrong It's Nom on Talk Radio. It's me, Paul Ross and Carol Malone. We're back after this with Arlene Phillips with news of a showbiz extravaganza raising money for the Grenfell estate victims. It's 8:43. Cheers, guys, and bottoms up.
Cheers.